Untold Stories Project. We are back with our 5th episode of Order of the Penrose Triangle, a Monster of the Week powered by the Apocalypse game. My name is Will. I'll be serving as the keeper for this season. If you don't know about Monster of the Week, it's a standalone RPG by Evil Hat Productions, where your players become versions of classic monsters you may have seen in television shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The X-Files, or Supernatural. For more information on this game, check out the mostly free resources Evil Hat has available on evilhat.com. We do have a little bit of a disclaimer, and we want to warn you that although we are playing with extra whimsy, it is still a horror-based game, so we've rated it PG-13-ish. We're not censored. At times, we may tackle uncomfortable or sensitive topics. If that's not your thing, we totally get it. Perhaps you want to check out our Mutants and Masterminds Netherwar game on Mondays or the Blue Rose 5e game on Tuesdays. For more information about all of our shows, be sure to check out our brand new website at www.untoldstoriesproject.com. Having said all that, I'd like to turn our attention to the awesome player sharing the screen. Say howdy, hunters.
Howdy,
Howdy,
hunters.
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 I'm going to give everybody a chance to chat about who they are, where we can find them on the internet, and answer my question of the day, which is, what is one thing about your character that we haven't discovered in game that you want the audience to know? And we can start with Sabi.
All right. Hello, my name is Sabi, also known as Perplexed PD. You can find me. I post a lot on Instagram. I'm a dark artist. I work with Deco Art as an influencer, and I work with Shell Luster Studios in animated films. I play Echo. She is the wronged. She is a punk with a heart of gold. She tries really hard to be pretty hardcore, but she's really into, like, very cutesy things. She loves the batting cages and going to the arcade. And she's just now discovered she is a murderer. And one thing nobody knows about her yet would probably be that she bedazzles all of her weapons. Does little arts and crafts, and so they all have their own little personal flair. She has to accessorize everything, even like the tiniest detail. That's it.
I love that. No bonus to the weapon, but it gives it flair.
Yeah, that's the important thing, not the bonus. Who cares about that? Who cares about the damage it does? It just has to look good.
Sure.
Nice, right.
Dallas, how about you?
All right, I am muted here. Perfect. Hi, my name is Dallas. I play James Barbara, the magical ice cream man. Let's see, something about my character that we don't know yet. I guess we haven't really met many of my family yet. We've met my younger sister. I'll say that James didn't have a very close relationship with his mom after his dad passed away. So I think a lot of his sense of humor and a lot of his goofiness comes from trying to just brush over the fact that he didn't have a super swell background.
Sure. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Liz.
Hi, so I'm Liz. I am playing Lena. She's kind of your shy, introverted-ish witch in the game. Something that you guys don't know about her. I think it was said, but Carmine tried to eat me one time.
That did actually happen one time.
Yeah, just once, and like I like my distance, and my cat is definitely, I always have to know where he is when Carmine's around. So
We're all about growth and development here in the Penrose Triangle. So it's nice to know that that relationship is on the way to improving.
It could be better.
probably.
And rounding out our hunters here, Andy, what can you tell us about Carmine?
Hi everybody, I'm Andy. No, not that one. I do audiobooks and audio production and talking, usually from a script, which is why I'm so bizarre on cam. And I'm playing Carmine, the monstrous. Carmine is a well, he's taking being mouthy to a whole new level. He's a monstrous reptilian um, with serious portion control problems and a heart of gold. So there's a bit of that going on. As far as one thing that um, I would like people to know about him, well, I was gonna do something along the lines of that. Uh, he actually he was not always as conscientious about what he used to eat or even who. He's a bit dark. That's why he didn't talk about it that much.
Again, learning and growing, and we
Yeah.
we're happy to see this chapter of Carmine's life, and maybe not the one before.
It's yeah, it's much cleaner these days.
Sure. Awesome. And again, I'm Will. I'm the keeper. I don't have a character to tell everybody about. I guess one fun fact, if you haven't picked up on it yet, every episode we have one character who always looks the same, based off one of my favorite Broadway actresses, Kristen Chenoweth. Um, so if you see those pictures, she's always in a different colored dress, but she's always the same base character. So
I thought so. The base character or the females look. Yeah.
yeah. So she's always there. My ode to Kristen Chenoweth, one of my faves. So that's all we got. Let's hop into Penrose Triangle. Who wants to give us a little bit of an overview of what happened last time for an experience point here?
Ooh, I think that one's me this time. Well, we ended up looking for a missing Echo. We went to Echo's apartment and were sucked into a sort of mirror world through Echo's mirror upon which she had been casting naughty, naughty magic, along with her neighbor Camille, played flawlessly by Kristen Chenoweth. A fight ensued with a clearly possessed, not with an echo of Echo, as it were, and we managed to claw our way back to the actual physical world just in time to realize that there were doppelgangers of us at the um, headquarters of the Penrose Triangle. So we went there and had to fight, Echo versions of ourselves. I'm trying to remember what else have I failed to remember? There's something I'm missing. I'm missing the part where Camille almost got dead, and then Lena used big magic to prevent her from dying, to heal her up. An event which left her drained and exhausted and unconscious. So she got to miss out on meeting the echo of herself.
Yep. For those of you who don't know, in this game, there are some magics that are bigger than others. They're called big magic. If they're not executed flawlessly, they sometimes have larger repercussions. So Lena, in an attempt to save Camille, ended up going unconscious, using all of her magic to restore Camille back. But now she's fine. So anything else anybody wants to share? I know we had some stuff about the gemstones that we found.
Oh, that's right. We did hear from Penny that the gemstones that we have been finding, 3 in total now, I believe, all have magical powers. The which one was it that was actually shattered? I don't recall. I think it was the yellow one that we had just gotten.
Yep. So the yellow one that was in the gargoyle
Mhm.
is shattered, or split in half.
Right. And somewhere along the way, Carmine tore out an awful lot of eyes. They were like crystalline kind of eyes. And so we haven't quite figured out what those are, but Penny's got those.
Do I
Yep.
still have my eyes?
Yes, your eyes were fully restored
I
by.
meant my crystal eyes.
Oh, those we all gave to Penny. So you have a total of 9 of them that are in
Right.
Penny's possession. One of them was lost in the mirror realm, so you don't have all of them, but you've got most of them there.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Cool. Sounds good to me. Let's hop in. So we're gonna hop in a few days after this large fight. You've all been summoned back into the underground of the Olive Garden, where Penrose has everybody headquartered. Um, just kind of to debrief about what happened, you see that Russell is in a wheelchair, still recovering from his extensive injuries, but doing much better. Penny is in a cast, but as cheerful as ever. And yeah, Faust is barking around and is happy, but has a lot more energy. It seems like he doesn't have people playing with him as much as they're tending to their own recovery. So he's very happy to see all of you. He'll hop right up into Echo's lap and start licking at her face if she'll let him.
Oh, who's a good boy? Yes, you are. Frank, where is my spaghetti?
Frank tell me a little bit about Frank. Does Frank ever actually get you spaghetti, or
Of course he
are you?
does.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you're still waiting on the same spaghetti that you've been waiting on since the very beginning of this campaign.
I've been waiting for spaghetti for 37 years.
The spaghetti is the big bad.
Someday my Frank will come. The real treasure is the spaghetti we made along the way.
Yeah, I don't know too much about Frank. He's pretty quiet. He just just kind of comes in, he gives me my spaghetti. He knows how I like it. And obviously those breadsticks, you gotta get some of those. So couple of baskets of breadsticks. I like to cook for myself. So Frank is Frank is great. I mean, I know all I need to know about him is that he makes excellent spaghetti and loads me with breadsticks.
Awesome. James, it's been a few days. Have you developed any new ice cream or?
Oh, I mean, of course I have. We did we did let's see. We did a nice vanilla chocolate caramel swirl called Ice Scream You Scream. And boy, let me tell you what. It is doing okay.
Sounds good. I imagine you have some here for everyone. Thank you for letting me put you on the spot.
Yeah, no problem.
How visionary.
Lena, how have things been for you as you recover? You woke up, of course, in Echo's bed, but you know, fully capable once you were able to sleep for a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it drained me pretty well. But we're probably going to have a conversation with Echo about casting magic and consequences and the kinds of things you don't cast without someone more knowledgeable there. So she's just kind of been gathering her not only physical strength but mental strength to be able to deal with whatever's coming up.
Sure. Yep. Magic always has a price, right? So um we learned that one the hard way this time for sure. And Carmine, how are things going for you? Faust looks at you and wags his tail, but he knows better than to come too close.
I was about to say, Carmine is not a hit with the pets. The pets can be quite a hit with Carmine. Yeah, he's kept it pretty quiet for the last couple of days. He made his way. He did go to confession. He was, as is his wont, it was, Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I've committed the sin of gluttony and more gluttony. And then at 11:45, I committed gluttony again. And then at 12:24, gluttony. And eventually the priest just threw him out. But, you know, it's a nice little weekly ritual they have.
Sure. Yep. And of course, the priest knows
He's like-
exactly what the sin is going
It's
to
like
be.
literally all this. My son, I'm surprised you can even fit in the box. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, so that kind of gets us up to speed as we get back down into the basement here of the Olive Garden. Penny is sitting here, very happy to see all of you, and all of you as you should be, instead of the last versions of you that she saw. She's got kind of on the desk in front of her, she's got these 3 stones, and she's got a whole bunch of paperwork. I'm so glad that you're all here. I wanted to chat with you a little bit about what we found and what's going on. The 3rd stone that you can see is actually it's dented. There's a little hole in it. It is all of these what you thought were these crystal eyes that she's kind of pieced together, so that it almost looks like a complete crystal. But like I mentioned, you didn't catch one in the mirror world, so she's been hard at work piecing those together and kind of sussing everything out. From our last fight, you can see that these, obviously hold extensive power. We're working on how to harness that. We wanted to know what your thoughts were about keeping them here or using them in the field, or
Speaking personally, I'd pitch him into the nearest volcano.
well, we're not sure that we want to do that. We're not sure how they don't seem to be easily destroyed. You'll notice that the one that was shattered or smashed in half from that bomb, it seems to have fused itself back together, and you can't even see, where it had initially split.
Wait, does this mean I can have my eye back? Slurping spaghetti.
This is an amalgamation of eyes that I
Yeah,
believe
but like,
one
can't you
of
just
them.
like break it off and like it would look real cool in the back.
It appears, and she'll take out a hammer and she'll smash it, and it'll split into its 9 pieces again. It appears that every time we try and separate one of these, and you watch as all of the pieces kind of form back together, unfortunately, there's no way to separate them.
You said it's just one big one now instead of a bunch of small ones?
That's correct. Yep, all 9 have kind of fused together.
Yeah, I say we leave that sucker here for right now.
Sure. I mean, we're happy to hold on to them. They do seem like they could be useful. You've seen some of what they're capable of in the last. And she'll grab the one, and it'll turn her entire body into a statue. And then after a moment, it'll release itself. Obviously, they have some perks.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because we know the one turns into a statue. Did we see what the other ones did when we were fighting the?
Well, I'd be happy to chat through what we've discovered in our research. This one here, and she'll reference the one that she just used. It seems to be able to turn things to stone. She'll pick up the other one, and she'll say, "This one deals a little bit with poison. It appears, it can either shoot poison at people, or it can imbue attacks with poison potentially." And then this last one seems to be reflective of some sort, like it can absorb or throw energy back at wherever it came from. We've been working to put these into gadgets that you could use. We've also been working to just see what they do on their own. You know, anytime we put them in a gadget, they seem to be less powerful than just the stone on their own, but they also seem to be more temperamental when they're by themselves. So if you'd rather not fool with them at all, we can lock them away and keep them. But we didn't want to take a tool off of the table for you.
I won't tell anyone not to, but I don't think I need any more magic in my life.
Ooh, I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool to have a poison bat.
Out of character, actually, that would rule.
Liz, did you say something? Because
No.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was talking to the dog. They started barking.
I just saw your lips move, and I was like, "Oh
So I
no, we
went-
can't hear you."
I went, no.
Oh,
So then I was like, crap, that I was unmuted. Okay.
I think I'm okay.
Sure.
Yeah, Lena does not want any more magic. She's got enough.
Looks like Echo gets everything.
Well, if nothing else, she totally gets like that poison bat is just a really, really great
Yeah.
idea. And we kind of struggled with having Echo be able to kind of dole out the damage with the earlier bat. So this like totally makes it like that makes the bat very, very dangerous. That's very nice.
yeah, Penny, can you like, I don't know, make me like a cool bat?
It's funny that you mentioned that, and she'll pull out kind of a bat that has a space in there for the gem. She'll put the gem inside of it. This has two options. You can either hit someone with the bat, and there's a potential that they could become poisoned when you hit them, or it can create a baseball made of like poison energy, let's say,
Whoa.
that you could use as a projectile.
Haha, that's awesome, Penny. I love you.
Yes, I'm quite fond of you too. Here you go. So that you know when you're using this gem inside of the bat, it is a cool roll, not a cast roll.
That's
to,
totally fine.
And it's your normal bat damage plus 1 poison,
Okay.
and then they'll try and save from poison. Cool. And nobody wants to deal with the other two.
Well, let's see. The yellow one is the one that lets you keep from the gargoyle that lets you turn to stone. What did you say the other one did? Was that the one that
An
gave
energy blast.
that gave people the power to control other
Reflect.
people through crystals in their eyes? Was that the source of that?
No, this appears to have some kind of reflective power. So,
Ah.
and she'll pull out kind of like a makeshift like shield, and she'll put the gem inside of it. Now it's not fully powered because it seems like part of the gem is missing. But if someone were to say shoot hot fudge at me, this would be able to absorb that and shoot it back at that person once or twice a day.
Yeah, I don't think I need that so much. I mean, I've not had anybody shoot hot fudge at me yet.
Oh, I have. Apparently.
Sounds great.
You would say that.
Well, if no one wants it, that's okay.
Yeah,
We'll.
Carmine's passing on the magics.
Sure. And she'll look to James and Lena and say, "You two probably already have the magic that you need, or you're comfortable with. So um, these are all here if you need them. And the gems are interchangeable in the items. So um, so Echo, if you ever want something other than poison, maybe we can chat about how to use this rock gem or this reflective gem in that batch.
Yeah. Oh, maybe next something with iron knuckles, but we'll get to that later.
Sure, we can chat through any of it. And then Russell will kind of and he'll wheel himself forward in his wheelchair. It's actually opportune that all of you are here. We need to chat about another opportunity if you're all available to investigate something that seems a little bit off.
Like how far off are we talking about?
Well, geographically, we'd be going to Montana.
Pretty far off.
Yes. This time we've actually arranged a flight. If you're all comfortable flying, it is a bit a ways. If not, we can always drive. But I say we, meaning all of you. I'm not going anywhere. But he'll pull out a manila folder, and you will see as you open it a nice, beautiful colonial house, picket fence, well-maintained yard.
I mean,
For all
ton
intents
of
and
this shit.
purposes, it looks like the American dream. It's sunny outside, and you've got a family of 4 kind of in the front waving. This is the Herschel family, and they very much would like somebody to come out and look at their home. Things have been a little bit strange for them there.
Strange, like how?
Bumps in the night, voices. Something seems to have affected the children in a way that the parents are a little bit concerned. They did just recently move, so they're not sure if it's change and managing that, or if there's something more nefarious afoot.
If it's more poltergeisty or more conjuring. Okay, cool.
I don't know what you're referencing.
Cool.
Yeah. One was a good movie. One was a very boring movie.
Oh no. This might be a boring episode. That's not true.
No.
This is not based on it.
As long as it doesn't have whatever those 2 people's name, I forget who they are. The
Ed and Lorraine.
The con artists. Yeah, as long as they're not in it, I'm okay.
They will not be making an appearance today.
Not anymore.
But Kristen Chenoweth might. So.
Yeah. I should have kept my mouth shut, because now everybody's gonna be all on edge. Like, oh no, he said a bad thing. No. So we have a haunted house in Montana. I'm taking notes, excuse me. Because that helps me to retain stuff.
Sure. There's as much information as we have is in this file. It's and he'll leaf through. You've got a floor plan of the house. You've got information. There doesn't seem to be information about a prior owner, which is a little bit strange. But all of the recent contracting work, it looks like it was recently renovated.
Recently. Oh, who?
By recently, I mean within the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll talk to who did the renovation if we need to. So see if they noticed anything before that.
Sure. That's the Lavat team, LAVAT. T, 2 T's. Sorry.
Oh, it's you don't have to. All right.
Is this gonna be like the Hinterkaif murders?
Maybe. I don't know
Is-
what that is. So hopefully I
Oh.
didn't steal it in my subconscious.
It's a German family that was murdered by somebody that was living up in the attic. Are we gonna find somebody living in the attic?
There is an attic. That's as far as I'll tell you at this point.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Is there anything else that you feel like you'll need?
I don't think
Ah.
so.
No.
Okay. Penny will take out a now business card that has her name and her phone number on it, and she will hand one to each of you. And as you look at it, you'll notice that she has taken a highlighter to her phone number and circled it in red ink, just in case you need anything while you're out.
I think Penny is trying to tell us something.
And they will release you, plane tickets in hand.
Very good. I cannot wait to see what the TSA is going to make out of me.
That
Roll
is
and
a-
act under pressure.
Well, depends on the
I will let
severity.
you decide, Andy, if you want to role play a scene with what it would look like as you walk through a metal detector.
I
and-
mean, it would be because, like, I don't know, man. Like, he doesn't have metal on him. Well, I guess he has.
I mean, I have my ice cream scoop.
You
That's
can't take
full on
you
a
can't take
dagger
his-
on one
You
end.
can't take his pistol. He won't be able to take his handgun. You'd have to check his handgun. Oh God. No, okay, so we have to leave that behind. But I don't know. I guess if they don't.
this is a private plane. You're all
okay,
fine.
cool. I was gonna
There's
say,
Oh.
no security.
I was
there's
just thinking
no-
like the
Ugh.
backscatter machine would be hilarious.
Yeah,
like he would
I-
have. So that would be like, oh man, like if anybody who's watching, do fan art of like a backscatter X-ray of Carmine and like trying to explain it to the TSA guy.
Yes. No, I did
it
debate
was
having
enough.
you do all of that, but that
War puts a man through many changes.
yeah, so easy enough. Your your pilot for the day is named Robbie, if that matters to you. And you all get on the plane. And is there anything that you guys want to chat through or do while you're on the plane? Or we can just hop straight to our house.
To the house. It's an
actually,
awkward plane ride there.
Yeah, like
Sure.
it is extremely awkward for Carmine because he's in a small enclosed space with an awful lot of theoretically edible people. So he's just very quiet.
There are a whole lot of like cocktail peanuts there that you can go through if you need.
Yeah.
For Lena, there are Twinkies and Hostess cupcakes abound.
Oh, good. I was just gonna say she's been into zebra cakes lately, so.
And James, you notice that some of Barbara Cohn's ice cream is there for consumption as well. Cool. We easy enough to get to this house. It's on a cul-de-sac in the middle of suburbia. And it looks like a beautiful house. Picket fence, just the way that it did in the photo. The bright sunny day.
Is there a family of 4 waving just like from the photo?
There's not a family of 4 outside at this point, but you do see in the driveway that there's like chalk. There's little scenes that somebody's been drawing in chalk on the driveway, and there's a little hopscotch that was drawn out there too.
Anything menacing?
Why don't
Hopscotch.
you? Why
Apart
don't
from the
you give
suburban
me
angst.
a oh, I use investigate so much, but that's probably the best here. Investigate a mystery. which is a sharp roll.
Sharp. Okay. That is a 12.
Okay. Sure. Yes. As you're looking at this, it seems to be kind of like they're different like vignettes, right? So it's like a day at the beach, and you see you see four stick figures, kind of in the waves and playing volleyball and just having a good time. And then there's one of them hiking, and you see like one of them at the tennis courts. And kind of as you move closer to the house, you realize that um, their first is a vignette of only 3, and that's the one where they're playing tennis. And it looks like the taller man is not there in that scene. And then there's 2 at the movies, and it looks like that is the 2 ladies. And then at the very top, it looks like there's just a little girl who's crying. I will let you read into that however you want, but those are the vignettes that you see. And then you have hopscotch.
Yes, the devil's game.
Yes.
I do the hopscotch.
Or
Okay. Well, I suppose someone ought to go. Someone ought to go ring the bell. I guess that's gonna be me. Carmine's gonna walk up and yeah, ring the doorbell and like we should at least introduce ourselves before we start, ogling the place.
Or as you walk, through the front yard, you kind of see off in the corner, there is a lawnmower there that is like kind of. It looks like the yard was halfway completed being mowed, or like a portion over on the side has not been finished yet. So the lawnmower is still out. Nobody is around it. It is not running, but it's just kind of sitting in the middle of the yard. And as you ring the doorbell, a woman will answer the door. Hello, can I help you?
Hi, we're from the Penrose.
Um, oh, from you're here about our problem.
Yes, yes,
Great.
we certainly are.
Yes. Would you like to come in, or should I step outside, or
Oh, by all means, we should probably come in.
Oh, yes. Of course. Sure. As you walk through the threshold of this door, why don't you give me oh, let's read a bad situation.
Aha! So it is a bad situation. No, read a bad situation.
Read a
That's
potential bad situation.
That is
It's
a
a sharp.
sharp, isn't it? Yes. It's been a while since I've done one. Boop. So that is a 10. That is an unqualified success.
Cool.
Okay.
So
Where's the list?
it says you can hold 3, and then you've got those 6 questions. I'm
Okay.
gonna say that you can only hold 1 for this because it's not there's
got
not
here.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will also tell you that it is maybe 10 degrees cooler on the inside of this house than it is outside.
Okay. So I I think I'll, for the time being, then I might continue. Can I just continue to hold the 1, or?
Sure. I'll let you hold it.
Yeah.
At least until you start moving into other rooms and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if nothing else, like, I'm trying to think of like, well, yeah, there's a really great question right there. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? That is a very good question to ask. I will ask that now.
At this moment, there's not much that you haven't noticed in
Okay.
this exact space. You walk into a foyer that it's I wouldn't call it grand, but it is nice. You've got faux marble tile flooring. There is a small chandelier that hangs on a vaulted ceiling. You see the stairs in front of you that would lead upstairs in kind of a darker, almost mahogany finish. Um, there is a grandfather clock that kind of sits akimbo to the stairs, and
Is it,
there's a sorry.
I was about to just like antique, or is it just like a the kind you buy from wherever you buy grandfather clocks from?
It looks like it is meant to look antique, but it's not quite in. Like it's nice, but
Yeah.
it's not going to be like 100+ years old.
Hmm.
It's been manufactured to look aged.
Oh, of course. Right on.
And we gotta hydrate, everybody.
Hydrate.
Generally means consume water.
You'll have to settle for my Diet Coke because I've been up for too many hours already today, so I need the caffeine. But what else can I tell you? There are rooms to the left and the right, and there's a hallway. If you don't take the stairs, there's also a hallway kind of that completes the sandwich between the grandfather clock that leads back into the rest of the house.
So is there a place where we could maybe sit and discuss the problem?
Yes, of course. I I'm afraid of a lot of the rooms in this house. So
We can sit wherever you're comfortable.
okay. She'll kind of turn to the left, and there's we'll call it a living room. A nice upright piano, a couch, another clock that hangs over the mantle, fireplace. Currently no fire. There are toys kind of strewn about here. You see she kind of tries to kick them to one side or the other to kind of clear a pathway. I'm so sorry. I would have cleaned had I known you were coming today. I can't seem to keep days straight right now. My name is Lindsay Herschel. I live here with my husband Michael and our two kids. And she'll find a seat and she'll gesture to everybody else to the couch, and there's an armchair and there's enough seating for everybody.
So
I've never done this before, so what
Are you-
can I?
Are you the only one here? Were you out mowing the grass?
Oh no, that was my husband Michael. He should be back. Apparently there was a problem with one of the parts, or it ran out of gas or something. He's trying to go get something to fix it so that he can finish the lawn. Um,
So the mower just stopped.
yes, yeah, that's a good way to put it. We're not sure why. He went to go get some gasoline to put in it to see if that would fix the problem. We find that things are a little bit easier for us in the house when everything is tidy and um, when everything is perfect. So we just try and keep it that way. We mow the lawn every day, and we pick up the toys every day, and we scrub the floors every day.
Sounds exhausting.
It can be.
Have the best time? What happens if you leave something undone?
Oh, little things at first. Drawers in the kitchen will open unexplained. Mirrors will crack, or framed pictures will crack. Um,
Hmm.
Sometimes we hear noises. Sounds like people.
People like talking.
People like screaming.
Where at? Like upstairs, downstairs?
Everywhere. It's not something that I hear so much. You might want to talk to Misha about that. My daughter, she she hears things.
Is she the one who did the chalk drawings out there?
What chalk drawings?
The ones on the sidewalk.
Hmm.
The hopscotch and
Oh, I don't know. I asked them not to. That's something more I'll have to clean. And you see, she'll take out a notepad and she'll scribble down a note.
so it must be hard to keep this place clean with, would you say, 2 kids?
Yes, yes. Mita and Kurt. They're our lights of our lives.
Where are they?
They should be around the house. We just moved recently, so forgive the boxes that you'll see upstairs mostly. We haven't finished unpacking things, but they like to play hide and seek, and they like to draw and to summer vacation. We're trying to keep them away from screens as much as we can. So
All right.
I want to kind of break off and go upstairs.
sure.
I'll go with him.
Yeah, we can keep her. We can keep Lindsay chatting while you guys go upstairs if you want.
Cool.
So you said it starts. You said this problem starts as drawers open. Like, what does it? What does it end up as? Does it get worse?
Yes. Well, I mentioned things shatter sometimes. We've found, you know, blood on the ground, but all of us are fine. I shouldn't say blood. I should say red liquid that is sticky.
Yeah.
But I would assume, but we've never found, any. We've never been harmed here that I know of, at least. So I'm not sure where it's coming from. That's when I called.
Right. Well, it's the first time I ever heard of a neat freak ghost.
Who doesn't mind unpacked boxes? That's a little weird.
Well, I mean, even give him some time.
So is your little girl the youngest? The oldest?
Misha, she's the youngest, only by like 2 years.
And what made you believe that she's hearing things? You said it's mostly her. Like, how do you know? She's not doing it for attention or anything like that.
We worried that she was doing it for attention. Moving is hard on young kids, especially. We know that, but it was at such a good price, and it's closer to my family. So we thought that this was a good time. We'd rather do it now than when they're in middle or high school. That's even harder.
And
So
your other daughter, Is she seeing anything?
Oh, my son,
Oh,
Kurt.
excuse me.
That's okay. Yes,
See,
he.
I misgendered your kid. I apologize.
No. He is. There are times that I think he's affected by either the move or whatever's happening here, but he's a little bit more reserved. He's always been a little bit quieter. Um,
I'm sorry. I'm old. What did you say his name was?
Kurt.
Kurt. Cool.
Yeah.
Kurt. Yeah.
And yes, he should be somewhere. She'll look at her clock or her watch, and she'll say, sometimes he's outside at this time, or sometimes he's upstairs.
Is there a window in the room?
There is to the front yard. Yeah, you haven't moved to the back.
Okay. Can I just peek out the window while we're talking?
It looks like a beautifully maintained yard. You looking out to where that lawnmower was, you see that you cannot perceive a difference in the height of the grass before the lawnmower stopped and after. But yeah, there's no weeds. There's no there's no peeling paint on any of the picket fence. There's no real dirt. The mulch is not out of place at all in the flower beds in the front. Someone has clearly done a lot of work to keep this as precise as possible.
So are you normally the one that takes care of the yard, or is that did you say his name was Michael?
Michael, yes. We share it. I do the flowers because he has a little bit of a black thumb. But he does the grass because I have to do the bathrooms in the kitchen. If you see Michael, he's a little bit testy about me calling you. He is proud, and he doesn't want anyone to think that he can't handle whatever's going on. He also doesn't really believe in any of this, so maybe keep a wider berth around him, or understand if he's a little bit cross.
We'll handle him as gently as we know how.
Oh, we'll handle him. Cracks knuckles.
Exactly. Coming from the two people currently in the room, that's probably more sinister than it was meant to sound.
Maybe I was trying to be sinister.
I mean, you can. No, Carmine's just trying not to be sinister and failing.
I do assume, Carmine, that you are wearing your hat and that you don't look like an alligator right now.
Yes, but even when he's got the hat on, it's like his smile is just a little too wide for people,
Sure. Any other questions that you have for Lindsay here, or can we hop up to upstairs?
I think you got anything, Echo?
No, I'm good.
Well, thank you very much for opening your home to us. We'll have a look around and see what we can find.
Sure.
You're on mute.
Feel free. No, it was me. Feel free to look around. I think we gave you the house plan already, but if not, and she'll pull out. She's got like little. She's drawn them, so it's not the best, but it'll serve for your purposes of where you're going and what you're looking for. And you see that she'll pick up a little bottle of bleach that's next to her, and she'll go looking for a mop. I'll be just in the kitchen if you need anything.
Of course.
And we will pan over to our friends who are climbing the stairs. As you climb these stairs, they smell very heavily of pine sol, like maybe they were just done. And if Lindsay sees you, she will ask that you remove your shoes before you travel.
I was gonna say I kind of figured when she started saying we clean everything, so I left them at the bottom of the stairs.
I did not.
Yeah. Well, that's if we want to see this ghost, we got to make it. We got to make the spook angry.
Yeah.
Sure.
I run faster in black and bare feet anyway, so.
Cool. So up the stairs you go. You see kind of a corridor here, a few rooms shooting off in either direction.
Take the
Yeah,
one on the right, I'll take the one on the left.
Sounds good.
Cool. Let's start with Lena. As you go to the left, you open it and you see a little boy's room, heavily sports themed. There's, he's still at that age, it looks like, where they can't decide what sport is going to be the sport for him. So it's a mix of baseball and basketball and football. You see a hockey stick kind of nudged in a corner. Most of it looks more decorative than it looks functional, but there's a few things out there that indicate, soccer, and that's probably what he's into right now. You see some pretty smelly shin guards in the laundry. Some of the clothes are put in the hamper, some are not. It looks like kind of a standard twin bed that's in there. A little desk that kind of has drawings, and then kind of a closet in this room that's built into the wall. It's got like sliding doors, and it is currently closed.
Okay.
James, as you go to the room on the right, you can see that it is a bathroom. Standard, one sink, one shower / tub, one toilet.
I'm such a good detective.
You do see that there are 2 stands of toothbrushes here, one thing of toothpaste to share amongst the 2. There is a medicine cabinet. The seat of the toilet is down. The curtain for the shower is drawn completely. It is very clean in this room.
Yeah, I'm gonna search that medicine cabinet.
Sure. Give me a investigate a mystery.
That's sharp, right?
Sharp.
Oof.
That's okay.
Before.
You don't need to mark experience. You see in this a bunch of there's Tylenol here. There is it's all the basics. There's a first aid kit in here, which I don't think any of you have right now. So you might want to mark that down if where that is if you need it later. There are a bunch of prescription bottles here. If you want the info to that, I can give you that, or not. Up to you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely.
Sure. These are for Misha. Because you failed that roll, I'm not going to tell you what they are. I'll just say that you read them and you don't know what the like you don't have a working knowledge of pharmaceuticals and what these pills are.
Okay. Can I like snap pictures of them and send them to Penny?
Sure. You can do that.
Penny will be so happy.
So I will say you send those off.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll. How big is this first aid kit? Can I like pocket it?
I mean, it's like a standard first aid kit, and it's in
I
a
really
hard
just want
case.
like something that like a gauze or a bandage, something that like can stop bleeding.
Sure. Yeah. There. I mean, I'll let you take the gauze out of it. You can take the whole thing if you want, but you'd have to like carry it around. It's not something that you can like tuck on your
Yeah,
person.
I'll just take like the gauze or something to stop bleed, like a roll of something and pocket it.
Sure. It's got gauze. It's got some antiseptic that you can probably put in your pocket. It's got a handful of bandages.
Cool. Yeah. I don't think there's much more I want to do in here.
Okay. As you shut that, can you give me an act under pressure roll?
As I shut the mirrored medicine cabinet, a figure is behind me. That's cool, right? Act under pressure is
Yes,
cool.
yes, cool.
That scenario I described, that was super cool, right?
So
That was
cool.
super cool.
I totally interpreted it exactly that way. So like, thank you for clarifying.
It is so cool that
I
it
rolled
is
a six.
exactly what happens as you fail this roll. You see the figure of a woman behind you. You notice that as you close it, your hand is kind of like you're not very careful with how you close it, and so as you close it, you move your hand away and you see that there's some fingerprints and some smudges on this mirror, and in that smudge you see the figure of a woman in kind of a like a very lacy kind of blouse, and she is yeah, I'll just give it to you. She's got kind of like heavy bruising around her neck.
Cool.
She's not doing anything. You just see her there.
I can only see her like in the smudge.
Correct. I mean, you use like your whole hand to shut it.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you've got a handprint, and where that handprint is, you see this image.
So I think I kind of stand there and I see her and I just kind of freeze. And I think I try to clean the mirror because if it's like the smudge, like where my hand was. So I lean forward and breathe on the mirror and use my hand and try to clean.
Sure. As you do that, it kind of works. I mean, you can still very much see a smudge, and you're also kind of spreading it. So the image is not as clear of this woman as you take your hand away, but you see more of her as you've increased the smudge.
Cool. If I turn around, do I see her at all?
No.
Cool. I think I'm just gonna try to back out of the room and shut the door.
Okay. Why don't you act under pressure one more time for me?
Cool. Ooh, that's an 11.
As you shut this door behind you, which you totally can do and nothing happens to you, you shut the door, and from the other side of the door, you hear a shatter.
Lena.
Yeah. I'm gonna step back
Think
out
I-
into the hallway.
Yeah, I think I found something. And if we're close enough, I tell her everything that I saw in the bathroom. And I tell her I am certain that if we open that door, the mirror in there is just shattered to shit.
And as you say that, a little girl sprints past you. She opens a door to a room that you haven't been in yet. She sprints past you and she runs down the stairs going,
Can I stick my foot out and try to stop her?
Oh my god. You're gonna murder this girl. It's gonna fall down the stairs.
God.
I don't want to trip her like down the stairs. I just want to stop
just wanna
her from
stick
going
your-
downstairs and be like,
First
"Oh my
you're
gosh!"
flinging people through walls. Now you're tripping little kids. Like, man, I didn't
Look,
realize you were gonna have
Haunted
such a dark
houses and
character arc,
tiny
man.
children go hand in hand. I just want to like ask her a couple questions before she goes to her mom.
You're a creepy ice cream man.
Get the story straight, right?
you can try and stop her, sure. She'll stop.
Do I roll kick some ass?
No.
Tell me you're not gonna like threaten to kill her brother if she tells anyone. Like that's
Oh
horrifying.
no! I don't want to
Okay.
like threaten her. I
All
want to
Trip
right.
like
her down the stairs. That's all.
What?
I just want to like trip her so she falls and be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?"
I'm glad to know there's limits to how dark this is going. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you don't have to roll anything. If you stand in the way, you are a 30-year-old man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can probably stop this 7-year-old girl.
Cool. That stopping her would have been a better description than tripping her. So cool.
Oh,
As long
you
as that's your
actually did.
intent. If you wanna actually trip her, then we have to make some rolls.
No,
Yeah.
I just want to stop her. If my luck, the way that I treat people, I'm not trying to hurt. I will murder her if that happens. So I'll just kind of stop her.
Yeah, hi. You did a bad thing, and I have to talk to my mom.
Hey, no. Hi, I'm James, by the way. I'm a friend of your mom's. What was the bad thing I did? We're here to help you fix the bad things.
You smudged the mirror.
Oh, okay. I see. My B, that's on me. So
And then you made it worse. You didn't even clean it.
girl, how do you know I didn't even clean it? Were you in there?
No, she told me.
Ooh, okay, girl, we're gonna have to back it up. We're gonna have to back it up real quick. Who's telling you?
The lady who lives here with us.
I kind of look at Lena and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Has this lady told you her name, or where can I talk to her?
She doesn't talk.
Red flag. Okay. She doesn't talk. Okay. Interesting. Lena, do you have any questions for the small girl?
Was she here before you moved?
Before we moved? Like,
Like,
was she here, like in
was
this
she-
house?
Yes. Was she here when you guys got here, or?
The first time I saw her was when we came here.
Okay, so she didn't live with you in the other house?
No,
Okay. Cool. Is she the only person that lives with you?
well, my mom and my dad and my
Uh,
brother.
Yes, besides your family.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Okay, that's good. That's good. What is she wearing?
She wears funny clothes. They look kind of old.
Oh, like a pioneer old, like from the 60s old, like
Hell, this is going from the 2000s old.
I don't know.
She
I'm
has no clue.
7 years old. So.
Does she
Where
look
did you?
nice?
Yeah.
Like, is it like it's old clothing, but does it look like she's worn them forever, or do they look new?
They look pretty new. She has really short hair, kind of like you took a giant salad bowl and then you just cut around it.
Truly the scariest part.
And James, you've seen her, so she looks kind of flapper-esque, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's got really pretty she's got really fancy a fancy white shirt, and yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think I saw her. Hey, last question for you, sport. Where did you where did you see her when you first moved in? Where did you see her for the first time?
It was probably in my room. She likes to stand over my bed sometimes. And it was scary at first, um but she doesn't really do anything. She just stares.
Cool. Um, yeah. Why don't you show me where your room is and we will figure this out.
Well, I have to go talk to my mom because you messed up my you the bathroom. I Mom, and she will, if you'll let her, she'll move past you and run down the stairs.
Yeah, absolutely. I will not keep her.
Good choice.
Nobody likes a tattletale kid.
And as you turn around, you see the door to the bathroom is ajar now. It's not shut anymore.
Oh,
Somewhere in
still
this conversation, the door to the bathroom opens.
Can I go back into the bedroom where I was and look in like the closet and stuff
Sure.
like a creeper?
Yeah, why don't you give me an investigate a mystery? You're back in Kurt's room, am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is a 7.
as you walk into this room, so you do get one question on that investigative mystery list that's on, I think it's reference 1 for the moves. I will also tell you, you were going specifically to the closet.
Yes.
As you go back into the room, the closet is now open. You see, it's not a walk-in. It's just, there's stuff hanging, and then there's little cubbies kind of in there. Yeah, it all looks just kind of like little boys' clothes. And by little boy, I mean like
Yeah.
he's 9, so elementary aged. There's a nice pair of it looks like his nice pair of khakis. He's maybe been on his hands and knees kind of running around, and he has a hole in them. He's got nice clothes, but they seem a little bit worn, so I keep them below.
And I can ask one of those questions.
Yep. Any other questions?
I'm gonna say, what can it do?
Sure.
What
As
it
you're
is.
as you're looking at everything here, there's kind of those, those like big things that have like little cubes inside of them that holds like socks and t-shirts and things like that. So as you're kind of poking through things, you see these drawers kind of start like flying out these little cubes start flying out of um, their little container, and clothes are just kind of flying everywhere. In some of this, in one of these that flies out, there's a bunch of papers that just spill out all across the floor too.
Is it like malevolently like being
Yeah,
threatened?
if you were in the way, if you rolled lower, these probably would have hit you for some harm.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna back away from the closet then.
Okay. The room that was a little bit messy before, like you would expect any young boy's room to be, is now trashed. Their clothes are everywhere. I mentioned some papers, some
Yeah.
art supplies.
What kind of papers? Like his papers?
Yep. If you look at them, you'll see that they're more drawings.
Anything I recognize?
You were in the hallway for the whole conversation, right?
Yes.
Between Misha and James.
Yes.
You will notice as we look down that there are a few photos of, or not photos, drawings of a bed with a person standing over the bed and someone inside of that bed. And one of those beds is purple, and the other bed in a different drawing is red. And if you look to your left, you'll see a red comforter on Kurt's bed here. And I think actually that is a lovely place for us to take a breath, breathe, gather ourselves, take a short little break here,
I agree.
and we'll be back in just a little bit. So thank you everybody for staying with us as we begin investigating what may or may not be going on in this house. And we're going to take a minute to breathe, and we will be back in just a little bit here to slay some monsters.